Stairs. Please wait on the landing.
Oh, wow.
Might want to wait here on that landing. Please watch your heads up here. Through.
Aquí andamos en una caverna ya para llegar a...
It'll be a lot easier once you get this. Please watch your steps here. This is one of the largest steps in the cave. The only one bigger is if you take shortcuts. Please do not take shortcuts. Well, fortunately, you'll have a lot of time to get your breath going. Folks, if I could have you please wait down there until this group comes down. It'll be a lot easier to get up here. Wait! Do not come up the stairs.
Cá nó có lại quá đâu. Chụp cái củ thịt cây à? Mới là nghề. Nó lại nhà quỳ nó cả lại đi đó.
Viene ahorita Diana.
This section actually follows a fault line. This here is one of the few sections in the cave we had to change. The easiest way to tell what we changed is to look at the color and the texture of the stone. The lighter texture over here is original. It's what was down here when we found the cave. Unfortunately, this is darker because this actually had to be widened. Limestone is a lot darker of a stone naturally, and the reason it's lighter over here is because it's had more time to absorb carbon dioxide, which this has not yet had a chance to do.
Creo que te puedes sentar ahí.
Another easier way to tell where we changed things are to look for the boreholes, where they would have dug out to fill it with dynamite to load up. Here is another one. Please avoid hitting your heads up here as we continue.
Y vamos en la oscuridad.
Hello. Again. If anybody wants to know what the cave was like before we widened it, all you have to do is look up here. Keep in mind, before we widened it, there was that little passage down by your feet you would have had to crawl through. While you may not think that would have been so bad, unfortunately, you would have had to share it with people going in the other direction. Up here we have one of our first major domes. This one here is about 65 feet tall. Keep in mind that there's still 30 feet of rock above it before you would be able to get up onto the surface. If you folks want to come on over here, please.
Ya me se va a subir encima.
This should be the last bus that we are expecting. Fun, you know, it's shot.
Traffic.
Up here we have our suspended ceiling, called so because it is being held up by the walls around it, as well as by the stalactile columns above it. Stalactile columns are formed when stalagmites which grow up and stalactites which grow down and grow together. Feel free to check it out, and please watch your heads when you go underneath it.
那西他在讲什么？你给我讲解一下好不好？我听的不是特别的懂。
Ay, no sé.
Yay, one of my favorite sections in the cave to pass people. You don't know there's anybody coming. Oh wait, I said that out loud. Over here we have another section that used to be able to get you up onto the surface. Unfortunately, we blocked it off several years ago because animals would use it to come down here into the cave.
因为你懂吗？在一个地方他们跑多少次？因为安全跑下来。
And here we have a stalactite multi-headed stone called so because if you hit your head on it, it will hurt. Please avoid doing so. And please watch your head on the low ceilings beyond it.
他说因为有一个洞，感谢鞋子没撕掉。你说那边有一个洞啊，你撕掉回去的时候看忘记。没有，好，说他们预备的时候。
Here's a bus behind you, ma'am. You might want to just find a white spot and sit for a minute. This should be the last bus, so if you just want to wait for it, you can pass. If you folks want to have a seat there and just wait for us to get through.
Back up. Back up.
This should be the last bus.
所以说他们都每次听到报告的时候，会另外对我们说那个。
As far as I know, it's fine. I'm coming out of the cave.
This is 4, so we're good.
Yeah. Over here we have what is called a grotto. This is a hole in the ground that brings air and water into the cave. It's one of the reasons why we don't have to worry about the air quality down here.
那现在说啥？啊，空气的呼吸。
Yes, ma'am. We'll try to hang out here for a minute and let some people get past us. And let them recruit more or less. But up here we have our celestial dome. Called so because when the original explorers came down here, they flashed their flashlights up there and got a reflection of what they thought was the starry night sky. However, as you may guess, it was not the night sky that they saw. Rather, it was the water droplets on the walls reflecting the light back at them. When their flashlights went out, they wasted a lot of time trying to get out here. Unfortunately, this caps off about 20 feet below the surface. Behind me, we have our cavern's fountain of youth. Contrary to popular belief, the water down here is only mostly safe to drink. Like tap water. If you want to drink from the water, you are welcome to do so. Just please keep two things in mind. Do not stir the silt that's on the bottom, and do not drink from the far pool.
帮我翻译一下，它最后是怎么样？它练洞，你给我看那个洞。
original 的，那时候没骗的，他用他们家。
Sí, pues, que está agua
This water,
de...
for instance, is generally safe to drink from.
但其实不是甜，不是甜，是 water 的。
这个这个我
Please wash your heads. Avoid getting your heads into something that's
Pelada.
我是我准备。
This here is our cavern's alligator. Also because he has a row of rose's teeth, a front paw, back paw, and a tail that extends into the cavern wall. And here we have the lowest ceiling in the cave. So please avoid hitting your heads as you go underneath it. Alternately, you can look for the hair of people who did not.
那现在是什么？
这里边然后看见一些然后头发。
那前面那个。
Up here, we have a little ditch running along the path. Please do not try to step or fall into it, as I have no great desire to carry anybody out of the cave today. In honesty, the bottom isn't particularly slippery. The dangerous part is that the water is undercutting the walkway. If you get your foot stuck in there and get it twisted, you're going to have a bad day.
It's pretty much like 35, 38.
这跟我在那个地方有关系。我可以碰到自己的漂亮很多倍、1000倍。以后我在你们的中国就看中国的
Matthew!
漂亮的几千倍、几百倍。前期是点时间。
没有，还没有。
Back!
水好，你看水吧。 Where is that video? 谁在下面？
这水上面上还是从上面下来，上面开始，上面你看在上面。
Up here, we have our caverns to Niagara Falls. Also because it is believed to be one of the oldest and largest formations in our cave at about 50,000 years old. This formation is believed to be so old because it takes about 100 years for 1 cubic inch of this stuff to grow. And as you can see, it is very, very large.
这个是这张是
가게 문제보다.
刚才那个上面哦，我现在知道它这张五十并没有那么好，没有像
Matthew!
中国的中五十是好，中国的中五十中不算多，算几百倍，各种各样的上什么都好，然后都不少。
Hello, I want to
Matthew!
啊？Ahí están las cascadas. Sí.
As far as I know. For all I know, usually comes in behind you with another one. Mind if I intermingle? Go ahead back up now.
Llegamos a las cascadas. Una faja.
Aquí es el cover. A metros de profundidad bajo la
Estoy echando a grabar.
no se sabe de dónde sale el agua. Okay. Say hi.